This is the Morning Shower.
Brought to you by Late Night Hump.
Let the news wash over you.
With Jordan Freed,
Brendan O'Brien,
and Reena Ezra. These are your ShowerHead Lines.
Lobbyists for Facebook and Google threw their weight against new U.S. legislation that seeks to aid struggling news publishers by allowing them to negotiate collectively against the tech companies over revenue sharing and other deals. From this report, it looks like Google and Facebook should pay news organizations. But then again, this was reported by news organizations. And I found it on Google and Facebook. And I had to pay a subscription fee to the news organization. And at this point, I still haven't read the other news.
Matthew McConaughey said in a recent interview that he is seriously considering a run for Texas governor. McConaughey, whose home state is Texas, said he's thinking it over and may be what he wants to do with the next chapter of his life. The idea of his running was first brought up back in November, and after much insistence from his fans, McConaughey is now saying, all right, I'll think about it.
An Ohio zookeeper was injured in a cheetah attack. 2 Columbus Zoo and Aquarium staff members were walking Isabel, a 4-year-old cheetah, with a harness from her facility for her routine exercise. After Isabel sat and appeared to be calm, the caretakers invited the zookeeper to come closer, according to officials. But when the zookeeper approached, Isabel crouched down and lunged toward the victim. The victim was taken to a hospital and later released. Officials said the scent of the zookeeper, who works with giraffes and other hoofstock, may have triggered Isabel to attack. I guess Isabel just thought the zookeeper was cheetah-licious.
Lou Ottens, the Dutch inventor of the cassette tape, the medium of choice for millions of bedroom mixtapes, has died, said Philips, the company where he also helped develop the compact disc. Luckily, no one buys music anymore.
Netflix is testing a new feature with select customers to crack down on password sharing. The trial testing intends to verify users' accounts to stop the spread of a password spread among people, including strangers, and prevent fraud. Here's hoping that Netflix writes in a grandfather clause for all those people who've been using the Netflix accounts of their exes for the past few years.
An Arkansas mother said her 5-year-old son's kindergarten teacher forced him to clean a clogged toilet with his hands after he used the bathroom. Ashley Murray said the incident happened at Crystal Hill Elementary School in North Little Rock. She pulled her son from the classroom after learning what happened, and she wants the teacher fired. But I think a better punishment is if the kid serves her a shit sandwich.
Major League Baseball will experiment with several rule changes in the minor leagues this season, including an automated strike zone, restrictions on defensive positioning, and larger bases. At this point, if you have an automated strike zone, you might as well use a pitching machine.
The skeletal remains of a pregnant teen found more than 30 years ago at the bottom of a well at a Pennsylvania distillery have been identified through ancestry DNA testing. The teen was reported missing in the fall of 1985, but her name was removed from the National Crime Information Center a year later, around the time she turned 18. Well, it sounds like Lassie was slacking on the job. What's that? 30 years and you didn't find her, girl? Give me your badge. You're off the case. Get out of here before I take you out back.
Ken is turning 60, 2 years after his best friend Barbie did. Who knew that Barbie was a cougar?
Sailors aboard Seawolf-class submarine USS Connecticut, one of the U.S. Navy's most capable attack submarines, have been battling a bed bug infestation. People were getting eaten alive in their racks, a petty officer assigned to the submarine told Navy Times. The sailor added that the situation got so bad, people were sleeping in chairs or on the floor in the mess hall. This power struggle has certainly gotten out of hand as one of the bedbugs was reached for comment and was quoted as saying, "I'm the captain now."
1 year after the nation was brought to a near standstill by the coronavirus, President Joe Biden pledged in his first primetime address to make all adults eligible for vaccines by May 1st. Hey Biden, my birthday is on April 5th, so could you let freelancing stoners who used to smoke tobacco out of a bong qualify soon so I could rip hookah and share appetizers with my buds? The owner of a scuba diving boat that burned and sank off the California coast, killing 34 people, has sold off his 2 remaining vessels. The boats were sold on the pretense that they can dive deep into the ocean if you burn them right. It could become a crime to taunt a police officer in Kentucky under a bill that passed the state Senate on Thursday. The measure was filed months after Louisville, the state's largest city, became the site of huge protests in the wake of the police killing of Breonna Taylor. The bill passed the Republican-dominated Senate 22-11 and now awaits House input. Under the legislation, anyone who accosts, insults, taunts, or challenges a law enforcement officer with offensive or derisive words or by gestures or other physical contact that would have a direct tendency to provoke a violent response would be guilty of a misdemeanor and may face up to 90 days in jail and fines. Not a high price to pay for the ability to call a cop a piece of shit to their face.
Thank you for showering with us.
Lather, rinse, repeat every day before noon.
Scrub-a-dub-dub at latenighthump.com.